Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the 3 Point Podcast. And yes, we will not be changing the ladies and gentlemen intro. We will keep it. You will hear that every day for the rest of your lives. We're here with another Week 4 predictions video. Talon's going to give us the records of everyone so far, and we'll see how we're doing. Talon, what we got?
So the records will pop up right here. Should pop up right there. But I have a commanding lead over everybody. Sam coming in second place, and then Sage and Jeff tied for third. But yeah, so as you can see, we have Seattle and Arizona right here. That's the Thursday night game. We obviously don't do predictions for the Thursday night games because we start recording in the middle of it. So yeah, but just a quick shout, Sage. What's your analysis for this game? And
I'm probably gonna take the Seahawks to win this one. I know the Cardinals. They've been in some close battles all year, and they've snuck out some close battles. But I just feel like to compete with Seattle's defense already shown what they can do. They got a pick early. They did fumble the interception after, but they were able to confuse Murray, and he threw a ball right to Seattle over the middle. He was targeting Marvin Harrison Jr., who has been a big-time bust for most fantasy people. I would say the way I look at this game is I think when you compare both offenses, I think Seattle has a lot more firepower, especially with James Conner going down. I know that James Conner-Trey Benson duo has been pretty good, but now that he's gone, Trey Benson will get a chance to step up. But you're losing a lot of depth there at the running back position. Seattle's wide receiver core easily outweighs Arizona, especially with the way Marvin Harrison has been playing right now. JSN is a top 5 leader in receiving yards so far this season. And then you got players like Horton. And then, yeah, I really don't see the Cardinals being able to stop this Seattle offense drive after drive. I'm going to take Seattle.
All right, everybody's taking Seattle except for Sam. So yeah,
totally
but
fantasy football related.
let's get into the matchups for this week. So we'll be right back with our first matchup. Our first matchup we're going to get into is a 9:30 a.m. Eastern kickoff between Minnesota and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is the home team, although this game will be played across the pond over in Dublin, Ireland. Minnesota's favored by 2.5 as of right now, Thursday night, and the over-under is set at 41.5. So I think I'm going to take Pittsburgh to outright win. Minnesota's defense did look really good last week in that game, without JJ McCarthy. But I don't think they're good enough to stop Aaron Rodgers and this Pittsburgh offense. Sam, what you got, brother?
Defense is gonna be a competition for sure. But at the end of the day, I don't think it'll be enough for the Steelers. So we're gonna go Steelers, and we're locking it in.
I'm going to take the Steelers as well. I do think that Minnesota's defense played very good, but also at the same time, you have Jake Browning, who is only good against the Jaguars, as we all know. And then, of course, I honestly don't think that Minnesota does that performance again because, Bengals do Bengals things sometimes. They're like, there's never no middle ground. It's either they're insanely good or insanely embarrassing. So I'm going to take the Steelers on this one. I do think that Minnesota defense is going to be good, but I don't think that Isaiah Rodgers, the man who had the pick six and the fumble recovery for the touchdown, is performing like that again.
Vikings.
All right. Washington Commanders. Not my team anymore. They used to be I won't say the name for legal reasons, but they used to be that team, and I miss them. Anyway, Washington Commanders and Falcons, 6-7. we're going to go with the Commanders, even though Jane Daniels will not be performing this game. Maybe. I'm going to go with the fact that he probably isn't going to be, just for safety reasons. But we do have Marcus Mariota as his backup.
Well, never fear. Sage is here, and I'm not afraid to say the Redskins.
Damn.
I'm gonna take the Falcons on this one. I think the Falcons finally get their bounce back game, and I think that they take down the Commanders. The Commanders did play very, very well last week, and they did pull out the win against a Vegas team who has just not looked very good. And your favorite, Cam?
I'm going Falcons.
Talon, what you got?
So I think, according to the line, they're giving Washington 1.5, over under set at 45.5. I think 1.5 for Washington is so generous to Atlanta. I think Washington favored by 1.5 is really generous considering the product. I don't even know if you want to call that. But whatever it was that Atlanta showed on the field last week against the Carolina Panthers, who might be one of the worst teams in the NFL if the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans didn't exist. So, with that, I'm taking Washington easy. I don't think Atlanta covers at all. I think this is a 10 to 14 point game. I'm going Washington pretty big over the Falcons.
All right, we're looking at our third matchup of the night here, and we got the Bills versus Saints. This one, pretty clear, taking the Bills. Literally no explanation needed. Sam, what you got?
Ditto.
The Bills are going to absolutely cook the Saints. The Saints have no chance. I don't even know. I can't even name a player on their team.
Buffalo favored by 15.5, over under 47.5. I think they're being, once again, ESPN Bet being very generous to these underdog teams. I think Buffalo wins by a lot more than 15.5. Low-key, I think starters are out in the fourth quarter for the Bills. I think they hit the under 47.5. But yeah, Buffalo dub.
And the next lineup on our list is going to be the Detroit Lions versus the Cleveland Browns. Just same as last time, honestly. No explanation needed. The Browns could keep it close. I mean, their defense has stifled some offenses as of late, but I don't see it. Even a home game for the Browns, I'm not feeling very good about that. Detroit did look bad week 1, but week 1 is week 1. After that, it's just boom, boom. Sorry about the beating on the desk there. Their offense is on fire. I'm taking Detroit.
I'm going to have to go with Detroit just because they have Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they also have Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, what are you going to do against Jahmyr Gibbs? He'll slaughter your whole team. See, I lost CeeDee Lamb, but, like, a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, if you have him on your team, you don't need a CeeDee Lamb. You don't need Amon-Ra St. Brown. You have Gibbs. And then you have David Montgomery. What is the Browns going to do?
Detroit and Cleveland. I don't know if Sage misspoke or if he read it wrong. It is Cleveland at Detroit. So it is an away game for Cleveland, which probably makes it even worse. Detroit favored by 9.5, over under set at 44.5. No brainer. I'm taking Detroit. Lions all day. Sam?
We're going to go with my boy Dan Campbell's number 1 team.
All right, our next matchup, we've got Carolina at New England. New England's favored by 5.5, over under set at 42.5 as of right now. I think 5.5 is a solid spread for New England. I think they win, or I think this game is decided by a field goal, maybe a late touchdown. I think Carolina covers the 5.5 spread, but I'm going New England to win.
I selected the Carolina Panthers. I really don't have a logical reason for it. Carolina Panthers. I just don't. The Patriots just, without Tom Brady, they're nothing.
Well, that was mad disrespect to Drake May and how good he's been.
Drake May.
He said he had no logical reason. That's because there literally is no logical reason why the Panthers should win this game. Give me the Patriots.
They got Nick Chubb.
Hang on. Coming back. This brother just said they got Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb
is on the
plays
Houston
for an
Texans.
0-3 Houston Texans team.
I meant Chuba Hubbard. My bad.
Thank you for your correction.
Hey, I've been gone since 3 a.m. Give me a break.
Okay. In reality, it's gonna be the Patriots, but I need this to be the most high-scoring game from both teams I have ever seen. I need them to drop like 70 each. I need this game to go into overtime. I need like T-Mac to catch as many balls as as many footballs as possible, and then I need Drake May to throw as far as possible. I need him to throw touchdowns. I need him to run it in the end zone. But in reality, it's gonna be the Patriots.
All right, fellers and gals, we have the Chargers and the Giants. Debut. We got Jackson Dart, the little dude. Can he face the Giants? Or, sorry. Can he face the Chargers as a Giant? He's getting all this hype. I don't think it's going to be a good game. I think the Chargers are going to decimate them, and it's going to be over. So, he's going to have a little shine. He's going to get a lot of talk, but no game, just a lot of talk. The end. So, Chargers.
Yeah, I got the Chargers as well. The last 3 games in a row, there's no explanation needed. Chargers are playing at a way too high level. Giants absolutely suck. Fire Brian Dable.
Jeff Cam.
Okay, it's not what it looks like.
What does it look like?
Okay, so here's what I think is Omarion Hampton's at least going to get 40 fantasy points, and the Chargers win. So the good news about this part is the good news about this is that I'll be able to trade for Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I think that just means we're gonna go Chargers across the board. Jackson Dart looks promising, has a really good upside, really good potential for the New York Football Giants. I just don't think it's enough to stop the flame that this Chargers team has going. The Chargers are favored by 6.5. They're favored by a touchdown. Over/under is 43.5. I think that's a solid line. But yeah, I'm taking the Chargers to win outright.
And here we go. Next matchup on the board, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm taking Tampa Bay here. I think the Eagles get their first loss of the season, and I absolutely hate the Eagles, and I will never pick them to win a game. I don't care if they're playing the Carolina Panthers. Go Buccaneers.
So, okay, it's easy, bro. It's the easiest decision It's easily going to be Jalen Hurts. Not just because there's Jalen Hurts, but because there's A.J. Brown. Yeah, you got Saquon Barkley. I just think the Eagles are overall a way better team.
Coming back to the main cam, Philly at Tampa Bay. The Bucks are riding. The Bucks are sailing, dude. One of these teams no longer going to be undefeated after this week, and that team who is still undefeated, I think, will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love the Eagles, don't get me wrong. I think they are one of the best teams in the NFC, but I think a better team than them is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think if they can stay healthy, I think they can make it very deep in the playoffs for the NFC. They have Philly favored by 3.5, and the over/under set at 43.5. So yeah, but that doesn't change anything. I'm taking Tampa. Sam, what you got, brother?
Boys, I hate to be that guy. I think that the Eagles are going to swoop in, and they're going to take that Buccaneer flag. Yeah, we're going to go with the Eagles on this one. I hate to do it, but I think it's just going to happen.
All right, next on the board is going to be the Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. On paper, I wrote the Titans to win this game just because I absolutely hate the Texans. But if I'm being honest, Cam Ward has seen some very good defenses. in his tenure as a quarterback so far. He saw the Colts. The Colts have actually played very good defense as of late, and the Broncos. The Broncos have played very good defense as well. But he has not seen a Texans defense yet. Their edge rushers are just going to absolutely eat up that Titans offensive line. I don't think this will be a pretty game, but I do believe that this is the week the Texans crack more than 21 points on offense, and I think they come away with the dub, get their first win of the season. But my best wishes and prayers go out to the Tennessee Titans, and I do hope they win that game because I absolutely hate the Texans right now. Even though we won on Sunday, I absolutely hate Azeez Al-Shire. Took out another one of our players, De'Ami Brown.
Tennessee Titans, yeah, they're trash. We're going to go with Houston.
This is a matchup no one's been waiting for. But that being said, I do have a player of interest. The player of interest I'm referring to from Farrah Hara is Farrah Hara is Calvin Ridley. So I need Calvin Ridley to have a good week because every time he's stepped on the field, he's been dog water. I need Calvin Ridley to lock in so I can trade him away. So let's go Tennessee Titans. Just this once.
Jeff picking the Titans. He said for the first and the last time ever. This game, Houston's favored by 7.5. Over under set at 38.5. I think Houston wins. I think Tennessee covers. Short and sweet pick for me. Shout out Sabrina Carpenter. Texans on top. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go speed round. Sam's got to leave in a few minutes, so we're gonna give quick answers for the rest of these. The Colts at the Rams. Rams are favored by 3.5. Over under is set at 49.5. I think this is a easy answer for all of us. I'm gonna take the Colts. I think the Colts roll. Excuse me. I know they're AFC South rivals for the Jags, but I don't see the Rams beating this Colts team. So
we're going to go with Matthew Stafford in the Rams. The Colts are also in our division for the Jags, and I do not like them.
I'm going to take the Rams as well. I do believe that the Colts are very good, but they have yet to play a team like the Rams, who are definitely a dark horse for Super Bowl contention, in my personal opinion. So I'm taking the Rams here.
I would probably have to go with the Rams. Don't get me wrong, the Colts are very good, but just going off like QBs, I'd go with the Rams.
Let's kick it off, folks. We got the Jags versus the Niners. Niners are missing a lot of key players this game. Jags are looking pretty strong. Unfortunately, CMC is still on the table. So I feel like the Jags are going to struggle with defense in this game. Therefore, alluding to the fact that I'm going to select the San Francisco 49ers.
Duval all the way. I do think that the Niners, with all the injuries they've had, I don't think that they're going to be able to compete on offense with the Jags defense the way the defense has been playing. I do worry for the Jags offense against the 49ers defense, even though they are missing Nick Bosa. The O-line has not really been a problem, so even if he's gone, the O-line, it's really not going to change. I mean, it would change if he was there, but because he's not there, the O-line has been good, and they'll be able to hold off their pass rush. But I do worry about catching the football for Jacksonville. If we can actually move the ball down the field, the amount of missed opportunities they have. I still think the Jags come out on top and win this one, whether Mac Jones or Brock Purdy plays.
Okay, so even though the Jags won last week, if they play the way they played last week against the Texans, they'll lose. But I think their defense is good enough, and Trevor Lawrence will make the plays. But our receivers have to catch the ball. But I'm going Jacksonville.
The Niners favored by 3.5. The spread is 46, or the over/under, I apologize, is 46.5. Brock Purdy could be coming back. You see my hat. I am faithful. It hurts me and it pains me to do this, but I'm taking the Jaguars and Duval to beat the Niners.
Next group on the list, we got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I do think this will be a good game to watch, very fun. We've all seen them face off many times. I do think that this is a possible turnaround game for the Chiefs, and they could do well, and they could come out with a win in this game. But with the way the Ravens have been playing, they've been in close games because their offense scores a lot, but their defense has really struggled. But so is the Chiefs' offense. It really is a hard pick here. It could go either way. But I think the Ravens are going to do whatever it takes to hang on. They cannot fall to 1-3. One of these teams will end up 1-3, and I do not think it's going to be the Ravens.
I'm going the Ravens because of Lamar Jackson. I think right now he has a better team than what the Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes has.
Baltimore's favored by 2.5, 48.5 over under. I think 2.5 is crazy. I think this could be a 1-point ball game when it comes down to it. When everything is said and done, however, I do think Baltimore's winning. Baltimore across the board. All right. Our next matchup, we're getting toward the end here. We've got the Chicago Bears heading to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Vegas is favored by 1.5. The over/under is 47.5. This will be a close game, but I think that Chicago's offense isn't as good as Vegas's defense. I think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I also don't think it's going to be a low scoring game. But I think in the end, Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, and this brand new Raiders team come back and beat the Bears. So, Sam, what you got?
We going with the Raiders because the Bears are. Who cares?
I'm going to take the Bears in this one. I do not believe. I think Ashton Jeanty is not a bust, and I think he can be very good, but I just don't understand why the Raiders' run blocking is so bad. He leads the league in getting hit. I mean, this would be not an actual box score stat, but a PFF stat. He leads the league in being hit the most behind the line of scrimmage. Gets lit up instantly. But yeah, I'm taking the Bears here. I think this game will indeed be a shootout as well. The Bears' defense is not what it was last season. The Raiders' defense has not looked very good. We'll see if Max Crosby can get any pressure on Caleb Williams, but
Give me the Bears because of DJ, or not DJ Moore. DJ's more ain't him because of DeAndre Swift. Swift has been okay, but I need him to do better.
blitz around here, no explanation needed. Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay.
Once again, no explanation needed. Go Pack, go.
The Bay, because CD Lamb, more like see you later, Lamb.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the.
Another speed round, Monday Night Football. Jets at the Dolphins. Miami favored by 2.5. Spread or the over under is 44.5. I think Miami starts their bounce back in this game. I'm going with the Fins.
Go with Benny and the Jets.
Sam's taking Jets. Alrighty. I'm going to take the Dolphins here. I think the Dolphins get their first win of the season. I think it's going to be an ugly one, but I think they do it. Here we go.
Let's go Dolphins.
All right, our final matchup, the second Monday night matchup, we've got Cincinnati at Denver. The Broncos favored by 7.5, 44.5 over under. I think this is easy. No Joe Burrow. I'm taking Denver. Broncos country. Let's ride. Sam?
I'm going to go with the Rar. We're going to go with the Bengals.
Moving on. I'm taking the horses. Broncos.
Lions. Tigers. Bengals.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my.
we would like to thank you for watching our NFL Week 4 predictions. I hope that you enjoyed. We'll see you next week for our Week 5 predictions and our Week 4 results. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next time.